think I bought it with this starting to show. Well, it had the red over it and it was bubbling in behind, and I never did anything with it. A couple of little Dejas. The window blades there are definitely gone. The fuzzies, I don't know, the cat's whiskers, whatever you call them. I'll check that out later, but you know, looking down there inside the door, it's pretty hard. Here's a good test for the Sony action cam. Hang on a sec, I'll pick up the light. See if I can balance this door at the same time. Okay. Snoop Dogg, go check it out. Hard to see, but looks pretty good from up here. I can't really get in there and see though. Well, there's a dark zone there. These will be my eyes. I'll download it tonight and have a look. You know, it's the typical Chevy. It's kind of a nice sound when you open the door. Old red. And I originally started calling it Big Red because I have big and little trucks. I've already got a big brown and big blue, which I don't know what's going to happen to that. Probably down to the boneyard. But anyways, rather than follow suit, I was watching this old truck, Redneck Restorations with Jeff Bradshaw, and it's kind of entertaining. Good music in it. And oh, what was that again? Yeah. He always comes in his intro, comes in and smacks the fender or smacks the truck and makes a whack. Oh yeah, okay, well I gotta get that on the sawhorses and check it out. But on Jeff's show there, he's got a 71 GMC, and he calls it Old Blue. So I thought I'd kind of poach that a little bit and change the Big Red to Old Blue, because old, even though it's my newest one, oh, a little bit right there, it's my latest year. It's 86. Oh, sorry, no, this one's 87. keep forgetting about this one. It was my first 4x4, so I might as well call it Old Blue. I've had it, or Old Red, I've had it the longest. I've had it since '96. And it's kind of neat working with something now. Didn't really think of that before because it's all original and there's no surprises. Like, oh, geez, if somebody welded a panel in here, what a crummy job, you know. That's like 1/4 inch of Bondo. That kind of thing. So you know what you see is what you get. Is, you know, opening up seams and getting inside a cavity that is spot welded closed. That's another story, you know, that you're crossing your fingers. When you're taking that thing off and hoping for the best. Yeah, no, this is good. You can tell this is outside in rust. That's what you want. Now, they always go in this corner here, either side. And this corner here, it's not quite as big a triangle, but I think I'm into pretty bare bones on this, and pretty minimum. I don't have to do a whole lot. In fact, I think I'm just gonna, because it's factory paint, I'm just gonna scuff it up and then start with my high builds on top of it, rather than take it all the way down to bare metal, because I know this is factory. I might even do that on the box areas too, and the cab. Okay, well, I need another hand here to turn this camera off. Whew. Taking the handle off now. Never done it before, and it's... Oh? Or is that just wear? Might be wear, that sort of rounded area there. Yeah, it looks like wear, because this thing's been squeaking for as long as I've had it. So, I'm pounding the roll pin through. This roll pin right there. And the spring goes down the side. If I can get it in, yeah, down there. And the roll pin goes through it. Pounding it back out, because there it is there on the back side. And then I took this out thinking it would come out this way. So this actually hooks underneath, goes through here, and like so. Anyways, just so you don't forget, because it might be a while when you get back to this. How the hell did that go again? No, I can't get the damn thing back out. Okay, you got the idea. It's either that end or this end, and it's not one of those plastic dealies there. See? Right there. See, there's a plastic one there. But this one is... Looks like if I wreck it, I got a, you know, LMC truck or whatever. I don't want to do that, so I think I elected to take this end out, because you can't get this hardware out unless this push rod is disconnected. So here I go, and this, you know, I looked in there and said, if I could see the rust and this, you could hear the squeak. Say, all this has to come apart and cleaned, and maybe even a little bit of some welding there right on the other side of this stem. It looks like it's been worn away. Tune it up, you know, sand the push rod, get some good synthetic grease on there, and hopefully I won't have to get back in there. Alrighty, just so you know, here's something you don't see every day on a Chevy. outside in rust in this area in the corner. You can see the paint got exposed and it was rusting inside. It was rusting from the outside in. And I've scraped the seam sealer away and it ends right there and there, and this was just, there was nothing there and it was starting to rust, so I'm just going to put a little bit of weld through primer on that till I decide what I want to do. I might just hit it with the welder. I could weld this and fill it in, providing my video of the inside of the door looks really good. Then I think I'll just go with this. The dregs of the can, it might be enough here. Well, guess I should hit that a little bit more with the blaster, eh? Okay. Quickly. Yeah, it's smooth here. See, it's smooth on this side, you see, because it was outside in rust. So, as I say, I think I'm just going to go with this and weld it. That tells me right there what's going on. Just a matter of the paint coming off there, and nobody thought to put a dab of Dewey on there. I'll be guilty of that too. I should have done this a long time ago and I'd be a little... Can I hang everything up? It's the most organized I've ever been. Unbelievable. Still see a little bit of light shining through there, right? Right there. That's got it. A little less work for me. Okay. Driver's door. All dismantled now. And I've cleaned it out. It's like a drum. I can't hold this thing and stick a camera through and roll up my sleeves here. Hang on. That's seam sealer there, it's not rust. You can see they got little blogs every 3 inches or so. You can also see that the little triangle in each bottom corner of the door. Well, this one's the worst. This one rusts out, generally speaking, most often because it's bigger. Bigger than this corner. Holds more dirt, and it's actually just looking at it now. Hold on. Oh. And there's a distance there from the outside skin to the frame of the door, and bigger across there, see that? Compared to this side. I know, keep it down. See, and it's tighter there. Baby. So that's why they rust out often. You can see when I pulled out those small dents with the stub gun. Another one over here. Okay, so the idea is I'm going to get some self-etching primer and go along the seam here and let it dribble in. I'm going to let that set up overnight, in a couple of days. Then I'm going to come along with some seam sealer on my finger and pump it down in there and make it so it runs off easy to the drains. Another guy over here. See, that's where they usually start, is right there at the drains, and you can actually see that it's a little fatigued there, right where it spills out. Oh, not so much this one. Yeah, I still got all the factory primer in there. Actually, I can see gray. The red. Oh, actually, no, that could be primer too. It's almost like two primers they put in there. Because here, well, there's the gray. There it is. Gray primer. Red on top, okay. But I'm looking at this down here, this tan color, and that almost looks like some sort of coating. It's a lighter color. I could be wrong though. I steel rolled this and it didn't come off, so kind of wondering if that's just a buildup of kind of clay. Anyways, that's a pretty sweet door. Not bad, 86. It's almost 30 years old. And a little Nicky there. Started my high build. Well, that's good for a driver's door. Good seam sealer. And also I should do that actually now. See, you can sort of see, well, the seam sealer is hardened there. I was tapping it in because it's kind of bumped up there. So the seam sealer let go. And actually there's not much on this door. You know, going up here. Anyways, I'm going to go along and pump it. Scrape first. Any hardened up old seam sealer should let go. And definitely keep these holes open so the water can drain out. Yeah. And I got all the rubbers for this truck. It just came about a week ago. I still haven't taken them out of the box. All the weather stripping in the doors, fuzzies, cat's whiskers, no draft rubbers. And with this door, everything open and closed really good. The no draft, the little handle that you push in with a button, it had a little bit of slop in there. That's pretty norm for these Chevys. And I haven't done this door now for about a couple of weeks, and I can see the rust is starting to come back here because this was just left bare metal. And it might even be 3 weeks since I worked on this last. I was working on my tailgate fascia for a couple hours this morning, and I realized that there's even another thing that's different from these two is the thickness. See? That looks like about a shy ½ inch, and this is almost a shy 3/4. See that? So there's a post 81 and there's a pre 81. And so if you take the pre 81 tailgate, which has a little sort of a ledge thing there going on. See, there's a ledge there, and then there's a post 81 where it doesn't have that. So you mount her on where it's designed to go. It's right there, seeing that it touches right there. See, it lays flat in there. Because of the recess here, you see? Got a nice recess. Drops there. This is different. So you lay it on this one. On the earlier tailgate. And look, see, there's a gap. Gap right there. So that's not good. I mean, it would work, but you got this happening over here, and that's shitty compared to this. So, you know, I was getting it all nice and smooth and straight and everything. And my original plan was to take the back off the pre-81 and put it on the post-81 so that it worked out for the tailgate with the holes and all the holes lined up. But now that I discovered that it doesn't sit flat, or it doesn't sit right up against without a gap, now I'm kind of poo-pooing the idea. So I got to come up with a post-81 tailgate that's in good shape. That's on my list. So I'm going to go back to the original, because the original has the pinch seam here, goes down, and the pre-81 doesn't even have one. Even though if you have the trim on, besides the trim being a little different, if I were to put this on here and you stood back and looked at it, and I welded up the holes for where the extra trim went, you would probably not even know that there's a difference in years. Or if you're really good, you could tell by the pattern on the back here. You check out the pattern of the ribs. Now check out the post-81. A little different. There's another post-81 tailgate, but it's wheezed. Too bad. This one's got a curve to it too. It's not quite up to snuff. So that's details near the end of the build. I'll figure it out. Meantime, I got time. I can look for a tailgate. Okay, let's mix up a batch of self-etching and I'll let it ooze down into that pinch seam there. That looks a little better. Took the sandblaster to it. Let's see if I can look inside the crevice. See what condition my condition is in. Yeah, I ran it right along the pinch seam there. Stuck it down the holes into the corners. Oh, that's a lot better. Now, I used a brush last time, but I think I can get my spray gun in here. Do a small batch of self-etching and let it run into the cracks. Put some cardboard underneath this. So paint will be coming out the drains and all over the place. Alright, let's get a pot full. We got a door done. Spinning around there. Not too bad, not too great either, but there's still another coat of clear to go on that. Once the truck's all assembled, I'm going to put a third coat of clear. It's actually more of a wine color, the original color. It's more like a fire engine red. But anyways, good enough. That's a pretty good door. That won't rust. Yeah, a couple of little dimples there, I see. Right along here at the end there, see? 1, 2, 3 little ripples. I wonder if I can get that out with a clear coat. No, maybe not. Well, I could beef up the clear there and wet sand it. It'll help it for sure. And that's, I wonder why that didn't show up. I used a guide coat, and I didn't see any dimples there, but obviously I missed something there. That little tiny run right there. You see that? Let's see it when the light changes. It's still wet here. I don't want to get touched by it. Ah, that'll be alright. There's some runs there. What's that, runs? Imperfections. Oh, that's okay. That's right where the strip goes. Okay. The inside's not that great either. You can see where the Bondos wasn't feathered out. Oh dear. Yeah. But let's see inside. Not a real biggie. I'd be spending more time if I was gonna take this to a higher level. Well, that's part and parcel. You got no choice. More freaking hours. And I got a bunch more trucks to do, and I need another lifetime, you know what I mean? Anyways, good enough door.